session of how to use Photopea for specific projects. So today's one is going to be about our multiplicity project. You should have already have taken the pictures at this point in time, and if you'd read the instructions, you made sure that you had your camera or your phone camera on a tripod, and the phone or digital camera should not move one iota. What will make this work quickly and efficiently is making sure that your background remains identical in all the pictures. So you've downloaded your pictures, they're on your computer, they're ready to fly. Okay, so let's get going on this project. First thing we need to do when you create your new project, all right, we'll start right from the beginning now. File, new. Make sure that you always, of course, name your project. So I'm going to get you to call it last name _ multiplicity. And then your width 11, height 8.5. And that's because your camera, of course, should be in that proportion. All right, so we are now going to, it doesn't really matter what your background color is because we're going to have photos in front of it. So we're just going to create fresh. To zoom, you can do either if you're at home, it would be Control+, or on the Macs, Command+, and that will zoom it. Or you can actually use your zoom tool. Now what we want to do is we want to get all our pictures in here. Now you could open them up one at a time and pull them over like how we showed you how to do for Gine and food, but when you have a number of them that you want into the same document, File, Open and Place. Here are all my pictures that I took of me in various positions around the classroom. I'm going to select them all and put in open. It's going to take a moment here as they all come in. All right, but you can see now they all come in as an individual layer. You're only going to see one at a time because of course they line up identically on top of each other. So one hides the next one. So the first thing I'm going to suggest that you do is not leave it as the image number. Let's double click. Let's rename this. So this I'm going to call floor. Now I'm going to hide it so I can see what the next one is. This one I'll call printer lean. This one here, I'm peeking. All right, so now we've got all of these. What my next suggestion would be is to organize them by the closest to your camera, to the front of the screen, put it on top. So for me, my peeking is the one that is closest, right? So first I would say peeking would be the first one. Then right here where I was typing, I think was my next one. And maybe then the pointing, and then the floor, printer lean. All right, so either way, the teaching and board ones are the ones that are furthest away. And in truth, there was meant to be right here. There was supposed to be someone working at this computer. I seem to have forgotten to take that picture. Oh well. All right, so now we come back up here to the top. We're ready to go. All right, so what are we going to do? Well, we want to use our masks that we started learning about last time. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a mask in, and we want to go to our brush. Here's our black. I'm going to go up a little bit larger. Oops, pardon me. I'm using the left square bracket. And the other thing is for the actual brush, instead of it being 100% hard, it's going to be a little bit nicer if we have a little bit of a smooth edge. So I'm going to try it right now at 50% hardness. All right, so I want to make sure that I get all of the part of me out of it. All right, so now you think, okay, well that's crazy, but I can't see you now. What was the point? Well, it's a lot easier to select just the person and get rid of them than to erase everything else but leave the person. So by doing this, now what I do, while my mask is still selected, is I'm going to inverse this the selection. So on my Mac, it would be Control-I. On a PC, it would be Command-I. So now you can see the mask switched around to reveal and hide the rest. So now it's showing through to the next layer. So now we're going to do the same thing on the typing layer. We're going to add a mask on. And I am going to maybe come down a little bit in size for this part. So what you want to make sure you do when you are doing these things, because I have someone coming, I know I've got an image of someone behind there. I don't want to go too much over the edges. You can see here now I'm showing someone in behind there. And what you're wanting to do is you want to make sure that when you do this, you are also including any important content, as in if there's any specific shadows. Okay, so right here, did I need this part in? Okay, and we can always go back and add in later. So now I'm doing my inverse selection. All right, now you can see that right here when I did my inverse selection to show this person, I went a little bit too far over my edges and I didn't plan it very well. I should have been wearing my sweater and this one behind so I stood out a little bit better. But I can do a Control plus here. All right. Click on here. So now you can see hide and reveal. If what we're wanting to do, you can see white is going to hide and black is going to reveal. So I'm going to come back here and make sure that I did hide on this side there. Okay, perfect. So now let's go back out here. Perfect. So now on to my pointing. So at this point in time, I'm just going to go through and we'll just go fast forward on these and take a look at what it looks like at the end. Nope, that one there apparently is hid right there. All right, so now last things I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look through and I can see a couple places where I've maybe missed. I missed maybe a little bit of here. I can see right in here if I zoomed in. We've got a little extra here and we're missing a little extra there. So this is where the named layers come in handy. So for example, I can see here on my teaching one, I want to make sure I'm not on the image layer. Make sure you are on the thumbnail layer. Okay. And oops, plop it over if it goes the wrong direction. So you can see that should be there and it's being blocked. Why? Because it's being blocked by the pointing. So I'm going to come here to pointing and I'm going to flip my colors because I need to remove a little bit over there. I'm going to flip my colors back because I can see I missed in there. All right. my white up here. Okay, there you have it. Now, when you go to hand it in, you must save it as your PSD, file, save as PSD, and you must export it as a JPEG. That's fine. Save. And then these are the two files that you will hand in for the project. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that. Bye-bye.